Hello race fans, sim fans, RC fans, Racing393 here again for another video. So, decided to go back on the sim racing today, and we're on Assetto Corsa. And I'm just currently looking at Race Sim Studio, and they've just released, they call it a Formula RSS Supreme. So I've just purchased that. I'm just reading back now. So it's basically a tier down from the F1, current F1, and it's the top tier of the Japanese Formula racing. So open wheel Formula, they do their version of Formula One. As far as the performance, I mean, it says it just sits just behind. I'm sort of holding my camera there. It sits just behind Formula One. We all know Formula One puts out, I don't know, reported 1,000 brake calls, 900, whatever. These ones are powerful, 543 horsepower, single turbocharged engine, and it's got a push to pass. I'm not a huge fan, if I'm honest, of DRS drag reduction system like they do in Formula One, and I'm not, the push to pass. I think they need to sort of perhaps more likely settle for something that actually works when following another car regarding the aerodynamics. But that's just an opinion and can be subjective to anybody that's watching motorsport, to be honest. So I've purchased this. It was 400 and... No, it wasn't that much. If it was that much, I'll be dead. 400. Its cost was €4.56, and which was £3.50 roughly. They've apparently put a lot of time and effort into this one. It's got I'm reading here, animated front and rear wings, and I suppose they've even got, which is probably like a graphical upgrade, if anything, brake duct tape, which is linked to the wing settings. So I'm guessing if you put more tape on your brake ducts in your setup, it shows up on the graphics, which is, it's all right. It probably works. What else? That's it. You can get templates off of Race Sim Studio. Like I say, this is not a sponsored video. I've purchased this myself, and I thought I'd give it a spin. I'm thinking I might take it around. I haven't decided which track yet. Whichever one I think this might suit, but I'm just going to put Assetto Corsa on now. We'll jump in and we'll give it a few laps, see how we go.
So here we are in game. Again, the car looks even better in the game than it did in the sort of the image, the graphical image at the beginning. You can see there, the good thing about, there's quite a lot with Assetto Corsa, but you can see there all the heat shimmer and the smoke coming out the back of the exhaust. It's little details like that which get me all excited about sim racing. So I'm probably going to have to set up the FOV and sort of the height of the driver, which I might have to mess about with, but I'll probably edit that bit out, if I'm honest. I'm just going to put my gloves on. And the track, I'm not sure if it's got it there. We're at the hunting ground of perhaps this Formula, Fuji, and then like we can in any sim race, and I like to get it as close to real as possible just because we can. I had a quick look at the weather. I've got Sol downloaded onto my Assetto Corsa game, and currently in Fuji it's 26 degrees, lovely. So I've set, as you can see, the air temperature set at 26. It's got very little wind there, so I've put that on there as well. The time, I've just randomly put the time. The track grip's about 96%, so it will rubber up as I go round. And the asphalt is 32, so I'm pretty sure that would be hotter than that though if it was 26. But right, so well, it doesn't look too bad if I'm honest. I've got me track IR on. Got my Formula 1 wheel. Sounds alright. Problem is with the Formula cars is you got nothing there. Just got a spline, and it looks very dull to everyone watching. But from where I'm sat, and I'm hoping I've got something new coming soon, which I'm gonna wait. I don't know how good it'll be. Two things. One, I got a little short video teasing you, which, you know, whether you like it or not, it's up to you. And I've got another idea, which is currently bits on order. So I'm gonna wait before I say anything about that one. But it's something to do with recording the games. As we come into winter, less likely to go and do a bit of RCing. So anyway, let's see what we can do. Not sure what this is set on yet, my actual wheel. I don't know if that's going to work. We're going to see now. I've been around Fuji for a while.
The exit's clear. Stay behind the white line.
I'm going to take it easy at first. It's alright. Been a while since I've been round here. Feels great on the force feedback. Oh, that's yeah. Let's remember which layout I'm doing. Very technical, the end. We're flat out already. So the gearing's way out on stock. Loads of grip. Track IR working really well. Only got 6 gears, but it's flat out. 172, 5, 6, 7,
That lap was
8.
138.9. Sector 3 times okay.
So I was looking at my speed then. 180 kilometres, not very quick.
Sector 1 times okay.
Lots of traction.
Sector 2 time is good.
Down along straight again. Handles really well. Needs some more top speed. That's it.
That lap was a 136.9. Sector 3 time is quick.
Let's see if we can do a sort of quickish lap. Bit wide. Good through there. Nearly. I'll back that one up. Understeer.
Sector 2 time is quick.
We're still up on our time, but yeah, I like this. I'm hoping you can hear me, because I can't hear a thing. Like me talking, as usual.
You've just done a 135.5. Sector 3 time is fast.
It's not a particularly great rendition of Fuji.
Sector 1 is quick.
There we have it. Flat out.
That last lap was a 35.4. Sector 3 times okay.
So, what do I think? Well, on first impressions, out of the box, oh yeah, really good. We'll just park it there for a minute because I'm just hoping I can be heard over the noise. So we're just going to take a lap. I'm going to do a bit of slow motion. I'm not going to do a whole lap. And I've also done a replay because I've done it from sort of like the camera that you'd get on the TV. I was going to do a TV camera, like just like watching on TV, as it were, but this track doesn't have it. This particular version of Fuji, there's probably a better one. It's not the best, but it kind of represents kind of the track. It took me a couple of laps just to get used to it, but yeah. So what do I think? Yeah, great. The force feedback coming through the car on basic stock settings, really good. You can feel the weight when turning the wheel, something which is completely different to any Codemasters game. Although the 2021 edition is better, I have to say, but it isn't this. It isn't Assetto Corsa. So you can feel the weight transfer, especially coming to that first hairpin. You can feel the kind of the way that the tyre and the car. You can it's difficult to explain, but you can feel the weight load up on the grip on the tyre. You sort of know how hard to push. That's the difference. That's what you need in any sim experience that transfers from real life. In real life, you can feel that kind of edge. You can feel that in a sim as well. So, but they've got to get it right. It's got loads and loads of traction. I'm not sure if it had traction control on, but I did have a little bit of a wild moment on one of the corners. So it was more of me, a bit of throttle response. The turn in, the power delivery, the feel of that car is absolutely fantastic. What I can compare it to is F1 by Codemasters. I'm trying not to sneeze. It sort of wants me to sneeze. I don't want to sneeze. Yeah, so like I say, I've got all these on download and I've had them before and I've had a quick go, but I've not really put any effort into what you're actually buying, because I like to have all the cars, but I don't necessarily use them all. But so what I thought I'd do, as this is quite a new one, so this is what did I call this? The RSS Extreme version 4, I believe, from what I read on the internet. And comparing it with Codemasters, because that's the game I do play a lot of open wheel. I'm quite familiar with it. It's completely different. Again, most of the physics are clearly coming from the game, aren't they? Assetto Corsa has its way of transferring physics through a game and into your hands via your steering wheel. It's not R Factor 2. It's certainly not iRacing or Race Room. They all have their own characteristics. So a direct comparison. This is miles better than, in my opinion, Codemasters F1 title, period. And I was a bit wide there when I look. Was I really that wide? I didn't even notice that. And also look in the background, that mountain's not really rendered. Anyway, yeah, so I kind of Codemasters 2021 is an improvement over the 2020 edition, and even the 2021's it's good, very good, but not this good. And this is just straight out the box. So it's completely stock. I'm not sure whether the ratios can be changed. I'm guessing they can. Fuji does have a long straight, a bit of understeer there, as you can see. So most cars out of the box, I find in a set of course, need a little some setup to get down that straight. Car, I mean, they say that this is the tier below Formula One. Maybe they've got a different formula in Japan, which is closer to Formula One, and this is down. Or this, I think this is their top tier. I think I read. So this is their top tier. This is the best they have, but it's a step down from F1. It's got all the sort of whistles and flutes on the car that can make this. It's got push to pass, which is, again, it's probably more power in it through the engine rather than, which I didn't. I'm not sure if I have mapped that, but I didn't use it. So there was a push to pass that would have added more oomph down the straight, possibly. I haven't looked whether it has DRS. I'm not sure. I would imagine, but I don't know. But the detailing, the feel of the car, and the way it handles and responds through the steering. I'm only running I've got a Fanatec DD1 direct drive wheel running through the most up-to-date drivers. My steering was actually set to 900 degrees. And my force feedback, I know, let's go back. So if I go to automatic, I sometimes find Assetto Corsa a little bit too twitchy for me. So it might be closer to real. I kind of get that. And I'm guessing that these do run somewhere around the 4 to 550 degrees of rotation in real life. Maybe I'll try it again off camera to see if it makes a difference, but it felt okay to me. I didn't feel I was moving the wheel too much, but I put it to automatic, so it sort of matches the game setting. Generally, it's too twitchy. Maybe I'll give that a go as well, but that's down to personal preference. I know you should run the degrees of rotation closest to what the car should be if you want lifelike kind of feel, I guess, but it's not detrimental. So, yeah, I've noticed my camera was freezing after I was rabbiting on then. I didn't realise it had frozen. So I'm hoping you could still hear me even though I'd froze on the camera. It was a bit annoying. Maybe that part that it froze on, perhaps I'll edit that bit out. But yeah, overall, very, very impressed. I would recommend, if you're into your open wheel kind of games, open wheel formula in any of the sims actually. If you've got Assetto Corsa, this is actually a very good purchase. It's only £3.50, something like that. The amount of effort that goes into these from the team, the developers, and then the end result is something like this. It only costs just over £3, less than a cup of coffee from a well-known coffee shop. So I know what I'd rather do. I'd rather spend £3 and have a go at this and play a few of these, bit of racing, maybe online, than get out of my pit and go and get a coffee from an overpriced shop. Anyway, that's just me. So that's it. Apologies for the camera freezing. I am hoping that you can still hear me talk, because it's sound related, not picture. So if I've made the picture a little bit smaller during the editing, it's because there's no point looking at me like that, freezing. It's just, what's the point? So that's it. That's enough for me for now. Thank you for listening, and I'll wait for the next video. Bye for now.